Today we are going to get to know better an amazing felt artist, Tracey McCracken Palmer. Welcome, Tracey.
Thank you, Shahar.
Tracey, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I live in the mountains of North Carolina, so yes, I have an accent. And I've always drawn and painted my whole life, and just last year discovered felting and via felted landscapes.
Oh, just 1 year then.
1 year, July, yes, just over a year.
And how did you discover the felting?
I saw a woman's work, Moy McKay, on Facebook, and saw her landscapes and was just completely blown away. And she had a book out, so I bought her book, and it showed her technique of rolling, laying out the wool, and then rolling it and rolling it, rolling it, and then where we differ is she sews. She does freeform stitches with the sewing machine, which I don't sew, for her details, and I just use the needle felting and just add my details with that because I don't sew. Hers are a little more abstract than mine. I'm a detail freak, so I add a lot of details.
And how do you compare the felt painting with the paintings that you used to do before? Do you think it has the same flexibility, color range?
Oh, yes, pretty much. You know, it's harder with the color range. You can't mix. You can card wools to mix your colors some, but it still doesn't actually change the color like mixing paint. But the painting, I'm sure my painting background helps with the color blending and stuff. And I have 2 bins overflowing with colors of wool now, and so I have probably 20 shades of green and blues and everything in between to get the sky colors and different grasses and trees and all. So.
And when you're starting to do a painting, do you start with a drawing, a picture, just in your head?
I use a photograph. I'll put a photograph on my computer screen. My studio is my spare bedroom, which is here where my computer is, and I'll just angle my computer towards the spare bed because the level of the bed is good to lay it out on. And I lay the base out. I look at the photo on the PC, and I lay out my colors, and then I wet felt in the kitchen on the island, and I do my needle felting in here too, pretty much, because all my wool is in here, and I can just sit here at the computer hutch, and I can look at the photo still, and they never look like the photo, but that's okay.
I never. Now, so usually let's say the first layer of the background, you usually do with wet felting. And then, for example, I saw a picture that I loved, felting that I loved, with the forest and the fairies that you did.
Yes, I've
got
it right.
I'm going to assume you do the background and basically the basic shape of the trees.
Yes.
Then you wet felt, and then you add the rest. Is that the process? Yes. Awesome. And
yes.
How long does it take you to make a painting like that?
I usually start trying to keep track of my time. Well, it's usually two hours or so to lay it out before I wet felt it, depending on how much detail and how much how big it is. And then it's 2.5 hours of rolling and turning and rolling, with the hot soapy water, rolling it up in the bubble wrap or the bamboo, and getting it wet felted. And then of course it has to dry, and then I don't really keep track of the hours when I needle felt, because they would be worth a fortune if I went by my time. But I want it to be right. So if it's not gonna, I'll do it until it suits me, no matter how long it takes.
And for you, what happens with the painting later? It's just for you. Are you selling them? Do you put in galleries?
We have a local gallery that I had always loved and wished to be a part of. And last August, I guess, I had several done, and I took them up to show Carrie, that owns the gallery, And I said, I'm doing some work that I think would fit in your gallery. It's called Twigs and Leaves, and it's a lot of nature and mountain scenes, and the local scenes and stuff. They have photography, they have pottery, they have oils and acrylics and watercolors and all of that. And she said, "Oh, yes, yes, yes." So I put 3 in at first. She said, "Let's, we'll see what happens." And I've since sold, I think, 13 or 14, maybe 15 in there. And so that's my only gallery that I sell. And then I do sell some myself. Right now, she has plenty at the gallery. There for a while, it was all I could do to keep up and get one finished. She'd call and she'd say, "One sold," and I'd say, "Ooh, hurry, get one up there for the wall." So she's got 7, I think, or 6 pieces now in the gallery. So these last few that I've done, the fairy one, I'm going to sell on my own. I don't want to put it up there. And she doesn't really have any fairy type things in there. I don't think it would fit as well. And
most of your pictures, what are the sizes?
23 by some are like, let's see, the biggest one I think is 36 by 24 or something like that.
Wow, that's big.
And the smallest one is this. This is a commission that I'm doing. So this is the smallest one.
Okay.
And this is a scene in England. A friend of mine's, his friend's son got married, and he wants that one. So I'm doing teeny tiny sheep on it, and right now I'm trying to finish it up.
You mentioned that at the gallery you had 14, 15. So can you give me an idea of how many you do a month? Because that's a lot.
I'll tell you, I've done 27 since last July.
Wow.
So it varies.
What's the machine then?
If I had done, I've probably done 27 paintings in the last 20 years, but I've done 27 felt. I am hooked, and it's just fun, and the public interest is wonderful because it's so different. Nobody else is doing it around here so far, anyway. So I've got a niche in the market right now.
I would like to know when you took to the gallery, for example. So it's a total different medium for most people, right? Even though it's 5,000 years old.
Yes, nobody has heard of it around here at all, really.
Yeah, wow.
Yes. I mean, hats, needle felted or wet felted clothing and hats and things like that. You see pretty common, scarves and things, but not landscapes. It's just totally different. Nobody can believe that and they'll say, so you painted on the wool? No, it's all wool. It's all different colors of wool. So I've done several. I did 3 demos, 2 at Twigs and Leaves and 1 during a quick draw event here in Waynesville this past spring. And that's the first time anyone in the public has seen the way I do it. So that was good exposure and a lot of fun. A lot of saying the same things over and over again. But it was great fun.
That's cool. And what are your plans for the future?
Oh, I'm just going to keep doing it and maybe one day get to quit my day job. Would be great.
What do you do?
I work in an accounting firm, which is, they don't let me play with the numbers. I answer the phones and do the front office stuff and talk to people. But numbers are not my thing. Colors are my thing.
Tracey, if people want more of your pieces or get in touch with you, where should they go?
Well, my Facebook page, BonnieBlink Studio, on Facebook shows all of my work, and I hope to sometime have time and get a website set up. I haven't gotten that done yet. And I've been told I should sell on Etsy, but I just, as far as having things to put out for sale, until now I've got a few pieces here that I could put on Etsy maybe, but everything else has just been gone straight to the gallery because they've been selling up there, so it's been all I could do to keep up with that. So which is good. It's good. But,
if you had to give a piece of advice for people starting out, what would it be?
Just do it. Just do it. Try it. Because the best thing about the needle felting, when I'm needle felting the details, if there's something that didn't turn out well in the wet felting process, you can cover it up. And if there's something you needle felt on and you don't like it, you just pull it off and put it over here. And you can also, you can lay out kind of your colors of what you want to, how you're wanting to add some texture or some detail to something before you actually do it. And you don't have to remix colors. If you mess up, you just yank it off and put something on. It's very user-friendly.
Yeah, that's okay, Tracey, thank you very much for being here. You have an amazing work, and I hope all the best.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for asking me.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.